Hi, I'm Dave and welcome to the Canyon Chasers Garage. Today we're going to be answering a question from one of you guys. We have a question from Jake who asks, my wife just gave me permission to buy my first motorcycle and I would love an SV650 or a Yamaha FZ6. We have a budget of around $4,000. Do you recommend buying an older bike and fixing it up or getting as new of a bike as I can afford? Well, Jake, that's actually a great question and a question that riders have grappled with for the ages. But let's establish something first. Motorcycling is in and of itself dangerous, so we want to try to make decisions that focus on safety as much as possible. All too often we see riders that sink every penny they have into their first motorcycle and leave nothing left over for any gear. Plan to spend at least $300 on a quality motorcycle helmet, and we strongly encourage you to find a local motorcycle shop that will actually fit you and size you for that helmet, because fit is critical. Gloves and boots are each going to cost about $100, and a motorcycle jacket is going to cost anywhere in the range of $100 to $500 depending on what you want out of that coat. So there goes $600 of our budget right off the top. What we really encourage riders to do is at this stage, start buying this gear now so you can actually have a little bit more money left over when it comes to actually buying your first motorcycle. When you're looking at used motorcycles, it's really important that the bike have matching tires that are less than 5 years old. Newer is, of course, better. What you're going to find in a lot of motorcycles in your price range is that they're going to have mismatched tires of who knows what age. Tires are really important. It's something we don't really want to skimp on. Plan to spend at least $300 or so on a new set of tires. Also, brake pads tend to get hard with age rather quickly. So if the bike's 3 years or older, you probably want to consider a new set of brake pads and quite possibly fresh brake fluid. Finally, depending on how the motorcycle was maintained overall, you may need a new set of chain and sprockets, which is also going to add another $300 or so. But back to your original question, the big problem you're going to face is do you look for a newer motorcycle that's smaller or an older motorcycle that might be a little bit bigger but is also going to require a little bit of maintenance? We just did a quick search on our local classified and we found several Ninja 250s and CBR 250s that were in the $3,000 to $3,500 price point. But SV 650s and Ninja 650s at that same price point, we're getting close to about 10 years old. The larger motorcycles that you're looking at are very appealing. They're very new rider friendly, and they're going to grow with you a lot better than a 250 because most riders tend to outgrow 250s fairly quickly. But by being older, they're going to certainly need more attention. By 10 years, rubber really starts breaking down, which means all the rubber on the motorcycle is going to eventually need to be replaced. That means the fuel lines, the brake lines, the fork seals, the rubber cush drive inside the rear wheel, the intake manifolds, and all the rubber inside the carburetors. Older motorcycles are more sensitive to the ethanol in modern gasoline and quite possibly may have fueling problems until you get that sorted, because ethanol breaks down the rubber inside the fueling system. But if you're mechanically inclined, this is really a great way to go. Aside from replacing the tires and the brake pads right at the beginning that we would strongly recommend, a lot of these rubber parts can be replaced slowly as you go, not all at once, allowing you to kind of take care of these things along the way. However, if you're not mechanically inclined or you're simply not interested in working on your motorcycle, then we would strongly encourage you to buy the newest motorcycle that you can, even if that's smaller, like a 250, and that means you may have to sell it and upgrade within a couple years. Well, Jake, thanks for your question. It was an outstanding question. I hope we were able to answer it for you sufficiently. If you have any question, please email them to us at questions@canyonchasers.net, or you can just post them to our Facebook page. Thanks for watching and ride well.